Nigerians reacted to you based on the way you presented your home on social media. You're not the first man to go into polygamy, neither would you be the last. But you came on social media and made a caricature of yourself. If nobody has ever said this, I'm saying this today. You allowed one wife to take over your entire social media and kept dragging you on social media to start creating content that are quite irrelevant and irritating to every member or persons on social media. Even as you were going behind the scene to beg your wife, you were still trying to beg your wife, yet you were still coming online to make unnecessary videos with your second wife as at that time. What was all that for? Yes, you chose polygamy and you're not the first man, neither would you be the last. But then your wife has the right to choose whether to remain with you or not. She chose not to remain with you all the while the whole thing was going on. Do you know what gained her the sympathy she gained from Nigerians today? That she kept her mouth shut. And that's why I always stand and tell women, keep your mouth shut. It's not when you talk. When you talk, you're opening doors for things that are unnecessary. And then now this allegation, and you think you turn people around with this allegation. I have spoken to people who are very close to her. Some of us who know this lady. We've spoken to people and people are wondering where this is coming from. Just because she said something, when I saw what both of you were writing on this January 1st, I didn't bother to react. I didn't bother to respond. I said, these people don't start again. But then this coming from you, if I were May, there is no reason at all for me to respond to you to this. Judy had her own social media page, but you allowed her, she took over your own, shading and saying all manner of things, cussing people up and down on social media, sharing her friends. Because do you know how many men I personally know who are into polygamy? How dare their wives come online to be doing all these things? It's uncalled for. The thing about polygamy is that, is it practiced in Africa? Absolutely. I'm not going to stop anyone who wants to go into it. But then, your wife has a choice to choose whether to remain with you or not. You can't impose polygamy on anybody. And if you don't be man enough to handle polygamy, don't jump into it. I be all these things, this back and forth. And now, if you get evidence since, you would have, Nigerians wouldn't even hear. It will be all over the place. It's only you that is finding fault with this lady, but your father, your siblings, everybody who have granted one interview or the other, they've got something elevating and something special to say about this lady. On her marriage don't over. Let it be. You try to force things on her and she said she doesn't want it. That she wedded you as a Catholic, that she doesn't want it. Let's all let her be. But all these allegations are unnecessary. I see it stemming from jealousy, from the fact that you can see that she's progressing and she's doing very well. Yes, it's not all women that come out and do well, but she's doing very well for herself. It is time to move on with your own life. And when she wrote what she wrote, she did not mention you. And the bad thing is that everything about you is on social media, which you gave all of us access to. So we have now the right to analyze every situation regarding your home. You need to go and see comments. Now beg her, they beg on her. If you know say you know reach for polygamy, don't jump into it. Polygamy is not for boys. It's not for the faint-hearted. You got to be a strong man and know how to control the situation for things to work your way. Let him be all these ones. Let him be all these ones. Like Daddy Free said to you, please go and make peace with your children. And make peace. Yes, you people may be divorced, but then you will still have access to your children and you people can be cordial in raising your children together. Now beg, I beg you. All these things are not necessary. More wisdom. Mr. Yul, Nigerians reacted to you based on the way you presented your home. Mr. Yul,